Hi everyone, welcome. The meditation that I'd like to offer today is more of a guided awareness practice, very body-centered, somatically oriented. And the intention here is to invite a sense of grounding and landing and anchoring. So this type of practice, I find myself doing this first thing in the morning, kind of before I open to the world of activity and to my email and inbox or social media, just to have an opportunity to really land here in the present moment, to sort of organize and center before expanding out. It can also be helpful, I'm just finding in these times, where we, in some ways, we can open the door out to community or, again, social media and have the sense that everyone is kind of living in very different realities. And that can really feel destabilizing and disorienting. So this practice is intended, again, just to be an anchor of support in that type of experience, whether it be a sense of sort of inner chaos and discombobulation in your mind, or just a feeling of being in the world right now. So with that, go ahead and find a seat, and this can be done in a chair, on your couch, in your car if you're stopped, not driving, or on a meditation cushion. If it feels comfortable in your own experience and body to close your eyes, you're welcome to do so. Otherwise, you might just keep a slight kind of open and downward gaze. And to begin here, if it resonates for you, to go ahead and just take a deepening inhale through your nose. Just maybe the deepest breath you've taken yet today. Kind of feel your chest expand. And then on your exhale, a sigh. And this could just be an internal sense of a sigh, or it could be an audible sigh. And two more. Inhaling in. And on the exhale, maybe your shoulders want to melt away from your ears. Maybe your glutes want to relax. Maybe your belly wants to relax as you sigh. And then one more. And then just returning your breath natural through the nose. Let's go ahead and invite awareness to orient towards the base of your body. And in particular to sensation that gives you the feedback of sitting and making contact with the ground beneath you. This might be the soles of your feet touching the floor, the backs of your thighs against a chair, your sit bones, maybe some sense of pressure. Maybe your hands resting on your thighs or nested in your lap. Maybe the feeling of your clothes on your skin, or your kind of pants and your waistband on your belly. And then with our orientation, kind of more in the base of the body, I'm going to invite you to actually kind of let your awareness open beyond your form and to extend kind of down into the floor in which you sit, or in the room in which you sit. And just extending your awareness down and in front of you. Letting your awareness kind of extend out from the sides of you. into the 180-degree kind of arc that's behind you. Just kind of giving context for the space in which you sit in this moment, in this point in your life's experience and journey. The room that you're in, the city that you're in on this day. And that here you are, kind of seated within this space. You've chosen to take a seat. And then once again, kind of bringing your awareness back into the form of your body and towards your sit bones. And perhaps finding a sense that they can kind of drop down and find anchor like paperweights. So really feeling those 2 points of contact. And you might even expand your awareness to that kind of whole area, the space between them and between your tailbone and your pubic bone. And then into your glutes, and again, just giving that invitation. If there's any sort of gripping or holding that is available to release, just kind of a softening and a widening, kind of like a broadening down and out. Just invite that. And taking your awareness and sensing into your thigh bones. And if the visual resonates for you, sometimes I like to imagine my thigh bones kind of like sandbags that stabilize and anchor the base of like a tripod or a light stand. Just with that gentle kind of grounding weightiness. And then from here, let's travel up the spine a bit. So kind of feeling your sacrum, like your low back area and your low belly. And then just gradually, like slowly taking your awareness up the sides of your spine, up the length of your spine. And as you do that slowly, there might even be a sense of elongation, like a telescoping, a lengthening. A little more space between each vertebra, up the sides of your spine. And just keep going all the way up. And as if some kind of divine hands could just gently reach down and cradle your head and very gently give a little traction. Just like if they could kind of lift right under the occipital ridge at the base of your skull and just gently, as if your tops of your ears and your soft palate, the roof of your mouth could kind of drift skyward, creating maybe a little more space in the back of your neck, in the length of your spine. And then from that, Inviting your shoulders to just melt away from your ears. Maybe your jaw wants to release a little bit as well. Maybe the your upper arm bones also want to find kind of gravity and a gentle drawing down, kind of draping over the lift of the arches of your armpits and the arch of your soft palate. And in this way, we can find a sense almost mountain-like, in which we can be rooted and have a wide, broad base. Just a pretty large circumference, stable. Or this kind of peak that comes up towards the area of your, kind of between your eyebrows and in the center of your head and brain, kind of like the peak of a mountain. Clear in vision. And like mountains, there's this kind of ancient quality that's beyond time. This mountain that can be present for whatever weather systems want to pass. Maybe there's some whipping winds that are circulating around. Maybe the clouds part and there's sunny skies, or a torrential downpour, or a frost of winter and a thawing with spring and summer. But beyond all those changes and fluctuations and comings and goings, there's a rootedness, a steadiness, an ancientness. So as you sit here rooted in base and kind of spacious in heart and mind, we can just sit here like ancient old mountains and be available to the sensation of breath coming in to the body. Where you feel that. What's the texture of it? And the feeling of the breath leaving the body and the exhale. Just inviting our awareness to drape over that experience of breath, simple. Just as our bodies and our soft tissues and can relax and drape over the scaffolding of our rooted base, long spine, tall spine. Noting where you feel your breath. Do you feel it in your belly? Do you feel it in your low back? And anytime you feel like your awareness goes up and out like a genie, kind of leaving its bottle, its lamp, on your next inhalation, you can feel as though you're like calling the genie back into the vessel, calling your awareness on your inhale home to this body, to this moment, to presence. And you can always bring awareness to note some sensation in your base, in your belly, in your pelvis. You can note the room that you're in, sitting, breathing. And just as we began with a few kind of expanded inhales and sighing exhales, we'll go ahead and close our time together similarly. This time on your couple inhales, if the image of being like a magnet, and on your inhale, it's like you're drawing all the fragmented parts of yourself or parts of yourself that might be out in a conversation that happened yesterday or in a project. It's just like calling all of your awareness home here again to this body, this breath. Almost like the retract button on a vacuum cleaner that's like pulling the cable back in. So go ahead and just take a little bit of a relaxed exhale out. And then on your next inhale, maybe a little bit deeper, fuller. Kind of calling everything, all parts of you back here into your breath. And then exhale, release, kind of let that softening through your base. And perhaps two more like that. And then it can be nice in closing to bring your palms together, at least two sides together at the heart, kind of at your sternum, at your breastbone. And I like to close by kind of bowing just chin to chest and kind of yielding the mind to the intelligence of your heart and of the soul. And then as you're ready, you can begin to open your eyes and just start to take in the information in your visual field. If this might be your fingertips, it might be your legs, or the ground beneath you, the floor, And then we'll just slowly start to come back and take in a bit more. Good. So thank you for the honor of sharing this space with you and sitting with you. So take good care and be well. Thank you.